In this video, we'll talk about the main features of the clinical examination of the respiratory system. We're going to start by introducing ourselves and confirming that this is our patient by checking the patient's name and date of birth. We'll briefly explain the examination process, we'll gain consent, and set the patient at a 45-degree angle. General inspection starts by looking at the patient and looking for signs of cyanosis, shortness of breath, coughing or wheezing, general edema, or cachexia. A special inspection looks at very specific signs relating to the respiratory system, like respiratory rate, jugular venous pressure, which is very important, conjunctival pallor, sacral or pedial edema, deep vein thrombosis signs like redness or pain in the cuffs, and erythema nodosum, which is red spots in the cuffs or the lower limbs that can indicate certain diseases like sarcoidosis or some other autoimmune disorders. The hands are very important in the cardiovascular and the respiratory system. Look for any skin changes, joint swellings or deformity of the joints, finger clubbing, which is very important, fine tremors, or osteoarthritis. To examine the chest, you should have fully exposed the patient's chest and look for any asymmetry, scars, pectus excavatum, or pectus carinatum, which is a chest deviating inward or outward, or barrel chest. The palpation starts by checking the radial pulse of both arms. Look for radial delay, the rhythm, and the pulse. And then we can look at the chest and see if it's symmetrically rising or symmetrically warm. The hepatojugular reflex is very important. You're going to ask the patient to take a deep breath, exhale, and then put pressure on the liver while looking at the jugular vein. If it rises sharply, then the test is positive. You should also palpate the apex of the heart and deviate in cases of cardiac hypertrophy, and also the chest expansion like we said. By placing both hands in the patient's chest, you can see if one part is rising more than the other. The percussion should be done both anteriorly and posteriorly, and make sure you percuss in between the ribs, so in the intercostal space. You can also do the tactile vocal test by asking the patient to repeat the word E or saying 99, and of course feeling the vibration on your hands. Auscultation is the most important part of the respiratory examination, and you're going to look for signs of airway injury, and you can see if it's more decreased or increased on either side. Look for vesicular breathing, bronchi, wheezing, or stridors, any fine crackles, especially at the bases. And you can repeat the vocal resonance test by asking the patient to say 99 while placing the stethoscope at their chest. Areas where the voice is more clear are likely to be areas of consolidation. You should finish your examination by examining the patient's lymph nodes. The important ones are in the axilla and the neck. Make sure to cover the periauricular lymph nodes, the occipital ones, the superficial and deep cervical lymph nodes, and of course the supraclavicular lymph nodes.